Hi, I'm Carol MacArthur from the Department of Otolaryngology, and welcome to the 2021 interview season. We're so glad you've all chosen to come and check out our program and virtually this year. So I am a pediatric otolaryngologist in the department, and I'm also the division chief of pediatric otolaryngology. Our division has 6 surgeons and 2 nurse practitioners, so we're a busy service. I want to tell you a little bit about myself first. I am originally from Southern California and went to college at Occidental College and medical school at UCLA. Then my residency was at UC Davis in Sacramento, and I did my pediatric otolaryngology fellowship at Boston Children's Hospital in the Harvard system. I then came out for the first 11 years of my practice at UC Irvine and Children's Hospital of Orange County, and then came up here 18 years ago now to join the department here at OHSU and Dornbecker Children's Hospital. So it was the best thing for my career, absolutely, to come up here and join the department. And the department has been incredibly supportive, welcoming, and has supported my career in ways I could never have hoped for. So it's a wonderful place to work and a wonderful department. I can't speak highly enough about my colleagues in the department. We have a wonderful, collaborative, outstanding group of otolaryngology leaders in our department with lots of connections nationally, internationally, and really top-notch individuals. Also, I'll tell you a little bit about our division of pediatric otolaryngology. We now have 6 surgeons, as I mentioned, and 2 nurse practitioners, and just hired our newest faculty member, Grace Tan, from her residency at Johns Hopkins and fellowship in Minneapolis. And while all of us have some subspecialty interests, we all practice the full breadth of pediatric otolaryngology, partly because we like to and partly because we all take call and need to take care of anything that comes in the door during that time that we're on call. I really love pediatric otolaryngology because of working with children primarily, and secondarily because we get to work on all the different parts of otolaryngology in the pediatric population. I initially was attracted to a surgical career in medical school, and for the usual reasons all of us are. I like working with my hands, I like fixing things, and then the intricate anatomy of the head and neck really drew me in, as well as our ability to help our patients regain the full use of their senses, whether that be hearing, smell, taste, swallowing, etc., and primarily the wonderful anatomy, which is, I'm sure you've all got the bug already. I also love working with children because they are, in general, happy creatures that just want to get back to their happy lives with playing and discovering the world, and they tend to be super resilient and fast healers, so it's a wonderful population to work with. I also really enjoy the full breadth of otolaryngology that we get to practice within the pediatric population. My specific interests, in addition to loving the specialty, are that I have a special interest in the neonates with the giant fetal neck masses and working with the maternal fetal medicine team. We were instrumental last year in doing our first true exit procedure for a baby, and she's done spectacularly. And so our program is growing, and we're hiring a fetal surgeon soon, so that's an exciting part of my practice. I also co-run the vascular anomalies team here. Pediatric dermatology and myself started the program when we both arrived 18 years ago, and the program has grown and expanded, and I value so much my team of myself, pediatric dermatology, pediatric hematology, and interventional radiology. And we're all so excited about the explosion in advances in understanding the molecular and genetic mutations that are happening that cause most of these somatic mutations and vascular malformations. So it's going to be really exciting to test these tumors or malformations and then do drug-directed therapy in combination with surgery. That has been a wonderful collaborative clinic, and I learned so much from my colleagues in that multidisciplinary clinic. In addition, I do want to make sure you know that OHSU is a wonderful place to practice and to learn. It's a top-notch institution. And I always tell people that if you have an idea, whether that be a clinical problem that you need help with or a research idea, there are so many brilliant, talented, interested, collaborative faculty members and residents and fellows here. So the energy here is really positive and very high. As the only academic center for the state, it's a really fun place to practice. Patients and fascinating problems walk in the door or come into our ED every week to our practices and when you're on call. And because of our nature of our state being largely rural outside of the corridor between Portland and Eugene, we do get all kinds of very interesting problems from the rest of the state, and in fact from the entire Northwest region, and even extending sometimes to Alaska. So it really keeps us on our toes, and I always say not a week goes by that I don't see something that I haven't seen before or learn something new. So it's such a pleasure to be a lifelong learner in that way. I also really enjoyed the collegial aspect of being in an academic medical center and how much excitement that brings to one's career. And dovetailing with that is the pleasure to be involved in education at all levels, from medical students, residents, fellows, and junior faculty members. And that educational opportunity that we all have to engage and interact is just so meaningful, and it's really a pleasure to be around young learners from medical school on up that come in with great questions and eagerness to learn. So it's a really wonderful environment. I also enjoyed mentoring from the level of medical students through residents, fellows, and junior faculty, and that's become an increasing part of what brings me great joy in my career. So I want to make sure you all know that the Northwest is also a wonderful place to live. I originally came from the Los Angeles area, as I mentioned, and being a transplant to the Northwest, it took a little bit of adjusting to the weather and the climate, but I'm a complete convert and I can't see myself living anywhere else. The Northwest is a beautiful, majestic area with multiple volcanic peaks and beautiful scenery from the coast to the high desert in Central Oregon. It's just so easy to get outdoors in the Northwest and enjoy nature. So whether you like to hike or ski or surf or cycle or climb, there's all kinds of fun stuff to do, and it's very accessible. Just as an example, last weekend we went to the Mount Hood area, which takes about an hour to get there, and skinned up on our backcountry skis in an area called Chili Jane, and then we're able to ski down in fresh powder that had just fallen the night before, and then come home and have dinner at home. So it's super easy to access this wonderful area, and when the pandemic is waning or is over, we will once again be able to enjoy the wonderful food in this area that the restaurants offer and the cultural activities as well. So I want to welcome you to the interview upcoming, and thank you so much for considering our program, and I look forward to meeting you virtually or hopefully someday at a meeting or in Portland. Thanks again. Take care. If you have any questions, just email me. I'd be happy to engage by email anytime. Have a good day. Thanks.